Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Hunter with Point C with Noah, and today we just got done watching the fantastic film Chef by John Fabrio and
Favreau.
Favreau. Sorry,
John
sorry.
Favreau.
I'm bad at last names. Anyways,
That's fine.
yeah. So this is a new series for Point C that we talked about in the update, where we're gonna look at a movie, maybe once a week. It
Sort
might
of
be,
every
yeah, sort of.
week.
I don't think it's gonna be super scheduled. But
Occasional.
yeah, occasional. So this week we looked at Chef, which, first of all, I didn't know what to expect when I was going into this. And I was blown away for a lot of different reasons. And I think it's one of my favorite movies now. There's a lot.
Pretty good. I mean, I don't know if it's one of my favorites because I have a lot of favorites, but
Right. There's a lot to unpack
it
here.
is really
So
good.
It's
Really
it's
good.
yeah, there's a lot to unpack here, and we're gonna try to unpack as most of it as possible, but we're not gonna go into the like every little meaning of every little scene because I want to go to bed at least 4 a.m. tonight. Um, but anyways, I guess let's just start with the backstory of this film. So if you don't know who the director is, he was a director for the three Iron Man films. He also directed.
First two, not the
No,
third one.
are you sure? Because I looked it up and it said he was the director for the third.
Oh, he was in the third one
He was in the third. Okay.
because he plays a
He's
character in the movies, but
Yeah. Okay. So
he
he
wasn't the
directed
director for
the
the third
first two Iron Man. He also directed the new Lion King, or I shouldn't say new, but the live action Lion King and the live action Jungle Book.
one.
And
The
he also,
CGI Lion King.
yes, yes. He also directed Elf, and he was also a character in Elf. Um,
hmm
he also
Mini
was,
character.
yeah, he was also in Friends. So for all my Friends fans out there, there you go. So after Iron Man 2 came out, there was a lot of backlash about that film from fans,
hmm
from critics, from a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons. So the director made a film about criticism and how it impacts its director, the actors, and everybody surrounding the film, while at the same time learning to grow from it. And honestly, this film is just fantastic. So, first of all, the plot is basically a chef that works in a restaurant who is essentially seen as like this great upcomer, one of the greatest chefs in the state.
hmm
He gets reviewed by like essentially the Gordon Ramsay of this universe, and gives him a bad review because his food is generic and it's not full of personality.
But the thing about that is, he's not controlling the menu. It's the
Exactly.
owner who's
Yes.
being over controlling about
Yes.
everything and not really letting him do what he wants.
Yes. Which leads into the theme about criticism with movies and being a director, where you're not necessarily always making what you want to make.
Exactly.
So then he blows up at at Twitter and the reviewer and gets fired, and he finds himself in a food truck, which the tone of the movie changes here. It changes
Yeah.
from this sad and depressing film about loneliness and feeling down about yourself and hating the art that you're creating because people don't understand it, to a film about a
hmm
man that loves life and the food and the art that he's creating while learning to build a bond with his son that he doesn't really know because he's always working.
Right.
And just
So he
yeah.
lets his son go with him on the food truck,
Hmm.
and then his son and him bond over the summer because of that.
Hmm. And
And that's a whole subplot
yeah.
with his ex-wife and his son, and um, yeah, Robert Downey Jr.'s in the movie
That's the important thing.
for a little bit,
Scarlett
and
Johansson,
it's
Scarlett
Scarlett Johansson's in the
Johansson,
movie,
Scarlett
and Scarlett
Johansson.
Johansson's in the movie, and
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 did we
Scarlett
mention?
Johansson's in the movie.
Did we mention she's hot?
She's in the movie.
Yep. Which
She's in the movie.
I'm not just saying. I'm not just saying this because she's hot, but I feel like her character was underutilized at the end.
Well, like I said this while we were watching the movie, but they do this thing like twice in the movie.
Hmm.
and they go out and they smoke and they just talk, really genuinely talk to each
Yep.
other. And it reminded me of Better Call Saul. And in
Hmm.
Better Call Saul, um, like Saul or slash Jimmy at the time, so he wasn't called Saul yet.
This is the Breaking
Um,
Bad spin-off, by the way, guys, if you haven't seen it.
yeah, well,
Not spin-off,
he
but
has this
side
he has
show.
a
Go ahead.
girlfriend named Kim who works at the office, who is like a it's where his brother works. But anyway, he goes out of the office into the parking garage that's attached to it. And she's always standing there smoking when he leaves. And what he does is they stand there for a couple seconds, and he grabs the cigarette while she's smoking and smokes, and then they talk. It reminded me a lot of that, and I always loved that of part of Better Call Saul.
But
And it
see,
happens a few times in the first season,
I would agree
first
with you
maybe
there.
second, I don't know.
I would agree with you there. The only problem is that they make her the love interest for the first nearly half of this film. And then she
Yeah,
disappears. Like if it was established that they were simply friends or even strangers, right? That they met at a bar for a week. That'd be fine, but
yeah,
she was the hostess. So they
yeah.
had this connection and they were kind of hooking up, you know. So
Hmm.
you build this connection and then you just throw it away. That was my problem with it. At least, like I really enjoy the scenes where they're together. I think their chemistry works together great, and these scenes actually play into the
Yeah.
story and they connect. But then once you hit the halfway point, those scenes just stop.
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, of course, because I don't think like you don't hear any more from Tony, who became the chef of that
Well,
restaurant or
that is
anything. It was
true.
kind of like that. Like
Yeah,
like
I
she
was gonna
was
bring that
more
up,
of
but
a she was more of like a side character at first,
hmm,
and then he like I don't think it was really a love interest, kind of a love
a
interest.
little
Like it was
bit.
sort of implied that she was, but not really. It didn't really give it off that sort
Hmm.
of like she's my girlfriend kind of thing. But
Right.
uh, yeah. But another thing I loved about this movie is the cooking scenes. The
Oh
cooking
man,
scenes are fantastic.
those cooking
And we saw
scenes.
at the end, there's a little clip. You can watch this on Netflix, by the way. There's a little clip at the end of the credits of a guy teaching John Favreau how to make a really good grilled cheese sandwich for the movie because he makes his kid a grilled cheese
Yeah,
sandwich, and his kid's like, this is really good.
which is a really good scene, not just for the grilled cheese sandwich, but for what it builds about both the child and John Fabreau's character. What was the character's name? I forget his name. They barely said his name. Carl? Yeah, Carl.
Percy.
No, no, no,
Oh, I
no.
thought you were talking about the son.
No, no, no. Yeah, I knew the son's name was Percy. So
Please.
one thing that I love about this film is its soundtrack. Like, its soundtrack fits for every scene. There was never a moment where I heard a song and I was like, this doesn't fit. Um, there's some Rolling Stones songs in there after they mention the Rolling Stones, which is pretty basic cinematography and editing. But it's put together perfect where they don't pick the Rolling Stones song they mention. They pick a deep cut that represents his mind at the time where he feels alone. Because he's not being himself and he's not being the creative person that he wants to be. He's not making his art. And I
Okay.
think yeah, and especially in the second half of the film where they play a bunch of music from Cuba, and it just fits perfect with the themes. And it's light and it's happy. It's not this dark, kind of sad New York jazz feeling music.
Yeah, whenever he's in that restaurant where he's like very like controlled and everything, it's all of it's dark
Yes.
and everything. But whenever he's with his family, like his son or in the food truck or anything, like anything he actually really kind of wants to
Hmm.
do, it's all light and fun,
Yeah.
which is the whole point of the movie.
Yes. For sure.
I love the part where they're like making the food truck, like
Oh
cleaning it
man.
up and stuff. And of course, Robert Downey Jr.'s scene is the best. Like obviously, it's the best one.
I mean, we were cracking jokes during that whole scene during the food truck scene. just because it's relatable because you can use it in pretty much any scenario and it works. And it's the
It's like
big and it's
drives the
almost like
truck up. Okay, Hunter, this is the channel you're editing for.
yeah.
All right.
We got Halo montages and Marvel edits. Get to work. And thus, Point
Yep.
C Minecraft Goo Lagoon was born. I
For a
think that
time.
was yeah. I think that was the first thing I edited, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Or did I work on something
Yes.
else? Was it?
Yes, the first thing he did was Gooligan. The
Yeah.
first one he did was
Yep.
episode 2 of Gooligan.
That's right.
Anyway, we're getting sidetracked
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. Now we're just talking about. Anyways, the cinematography changes throughout the film, which is weird because most movies don't do that because it's a risky direction to take your film. But it works so well, and it fits into the movie where they don't bring mention to it, and most viewers won't notice it, but it'll set something off in your mind psychologically that something's different, but you won't be able to pick up on it. And they do that in the tone. They also do it with how the movie's shot, with more kind of bright, wide shots compared to the close-up, kind of sad, dark, sad shots. It's really just
Hmm.
gorgeous, honestly.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Also,
The cleaning scenes will make you hungry, so make sure you eat something before so you
dude,
don't feel as hungry.
dude, I ate a bowl of cereal before we started the movie. I wish I had some other food.
Like,
Cause,
this is like if I watched a Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives episode from Guy Fieri.
dude. Oh,
Uh, but it's even more of that. It's like the part where he's showing his son, like, oh yeah, this is when you get the sandwich
oh my
going, and
God,
then
when
they
you can,
then
oh
they
yeah, when
put
you
the
press it,
put the
oh
grill down and they press it down, and then they bring it up and it's golden. He's like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I want one of those.
I almost said, can we pause? I was actually thinking about making um like a quesadilla, dude.
Or the grilled cheese sandwich when he makes
Man,
the grilled
dude.
cheese sandwich.
Dude,
Yeah,
dude, you know what he did that I never thought of? He puts butter at the end.
yeah.
He, I never thought of that.
See, my mom makes a really good grilled
Mm-hmm.
cheese sandwich. She puts garlic salt on it while it's in the pan.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't do the three cheese stuff, but
Right,
it's
right,
really good
right, right,
anyway.
right, right. I think
She
through
puts two slices of cheese
yeah,
on it
I do two slices as well. I think
and butter.
yeah. Well, you have to have butter. That's rule.
Oh, of course, yeah. It's the law.
Well, yeah. It's like how grilled cheese should always be cut in triangles.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah. Yeah. Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Cut in triangles. Got it.
Cut- I mean, I don't know what else to say besides that the movie's just beautiful. I think one thing
Well, I
that's
mean,
really
at at this point we're done, I guess.
well, there's one other thing I want to touch on. Now, this could be me reading too deep into it, and I pointed this out to Noah. Um, is
Oh,
at the
yeah.
beginning
What
of the
everything represents, right?
yes, yes. So, I'm just going to talk about this really briefly because I could be completely wrong. Who knows? I'm not John Fabrio. I didn't direct this film. So so throughout the film, he's constantly buying ingredients. Well, in the first half, he buys ingredients. We see him prep the food, and we see him serve the food, and we see people react to the food. So in my mind, the prepping of the food, or sorry, the buying of the ingredients represents buy not buying, but coming up with ideas for films. Making the recipes is writing scripts. Serving the food
Hmm.
is a movie release, and people reacting to the food like the rest of the restaurant loves it, like his classics, right? For example, Elf, right?
Or Iron Man
Or
1.
Iron Man 1, exactly. They try it, they love it. They've seen it and they've eaten it many times. But then you have somebody come in and they want something like Iron Man 2. Except Iron Man 2 didn't do well. So
Except
then
they want Fin Fang Foom and the Mandarin,
Mhm.
but instead they get Whiplash and Justin Hammer, and they're like, no, no, this isn't what I wanted, but it's what you got, and it's like setting up like some stupid expectations for yourself
Yes.
and blaming the movie directors because
And then
it didn't have it in there.
and then your boss, Paramount, gets upset with you.
Or
Can't
Marvel,
tell.
I guess. I don't
Well,
know what Paramount had a. Paramount kind
well,
of just like funded
well,
the movies, I guess. Kind of like Disney.
well. I'm assuming. Well, yeah. Well, I'm assuming they probably had some creative
Paramount didn't
control
own
over it.
Marvel.
Right. I know they didn't own Marvel, but they probably had some creative decisions on that. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't work for Paramount.
Maybe I don't know. I think Paramount just funded them, but Disney owns them, so they do
Right.
both, like
Right.
kind of
Right.
micromanage it
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But
Yep.
anyway,
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't seen this movie, you should go watch it. It's on Netflix.
it's on Netflix, and everybody has Netflix, so we're not even
Yeah.
gonna care. I don't care if you don't have Netflix.
Just take it
If you
from
haven't
your
used your
aunt.
free trial
Like,
yet, do a free trial and watch it. I don't care. Just
dude,
do it.
if you don't have Netflix, your
Ask
aunt has
ask any
Netflix,
of your
dude.
friends if
Yeah,
they have
your friends,
Netflix,
your
and if they
family.
say no, that you can't have my account, mug them. Take
Yeah,
their money.
just steal it.
Just steal their password, man.
I'll put my
Actually,
password in yeah, actually, I probably shouldn't do
don't
that.
don't do that.
Puts my Netflix
Don't
password
actually
in the
just
description.
don't mug your friends. Don't take their passwords. But
I would like to say for
the movie
legal
is that
reasons,
good.
it is good.
If if I didn't see Raiders of the Lost Ark before I saw this, and then my friends told me it was really good, I would have been like, hey yo, I gotta go see this now.
It's really good. I would
I'd
like
steal
to say,
somebody's Netflix password for
yep.
it,
I would
to be
like,
honest with you.
I would like to say, Point C does not condone any cases of mugging
Or violence.
or violence. No violence.
Maybe in some cases, but
Uh,
uh,
if they think that the original Justice League is a good movie, then
oh
that's a good reason for
yeah.
violence.
Okay, yeah. If they think that playing story-driven games is fun, then kill them.
Well, looks like I'm getting killed then. Well, boys, it's been
I'm
a fun
kidding.
run. All right. Thank you guys. I'll probably be dead by the next Point C video. Um,
Yeah, I'm threatening his life, guys.
he's got a gun to my head.
Yeah,
He made me watch this movie.
yeah. And I'm making him upload this video right now. I'm kidding. I'm not.
Send help.
For
Send
real
help.
though, we're not.
Send.
No.
All right. Anyways, overall,
My name
I
is
give-
Walter White. This
My
is my
name is-
confession.
This is my confession. Oh, anyways, overall, I give Chef a 9 out of 10. What would you give this
I
film?
give Chef a 10 out of 10
You give it a 10? Well, I didn't want to give it a 10 out of 10 only because, like,
because of the Scarlett Johansson problem, but I don't think that's a problem.
no,
I
no,
think
it's not
just
even that. It's just if I gave it a 10 out of 10, I well, I don't know. Like, is it okay to give multiple films a 10 out of 10?
yeah.
Is it? All right, then. Well,
If you didn't hate anything about it, then yeah, it's a 10 out of 10.
all right, then it's a 10 out of 10 for me. Never mind.
Um,
I mean, it's in my top 5, honestly. I mean, I'm so- well, The Dark Knight was in my top 5, but I'm gonna have to bump that down now to probably 6.
oh, you like this better than Dark Knight?
Hell yeah, dude. Well, like it's
Okay.
really good because obviously The Dark Knight's a fantastic superhero film, but this is a great comedy. It's a great drama. It's really relatable for me as somebody that's career is based off of people enjoying and loving and hating what you make as an art
Yeah.
form. It really relates to me.
Yeah.
Especially all the jokes about Twitter. I mean, you know.
Twitter. I don't like Twitter, and I'm starting to want to leave Twitter.
Twitter
to
is
be
a
honest.
mess, man. Twitter's a That's a whole different video.
That's a podcast topic.
That's a
podcast
I
topic.
don't know if that's even a
podcast topic.
podcast topic because I feel like me and you would just get into politics wise about Twitter.
It's a podcast topic. Podcast topic.
All right,
podcast. Okay.
Podcast topic.
All right.
All right.
Thank you guys for watching our chef review.
Go watch
our chef
Chef.
movie review.
Go
Go
watch
watch the
Chef.
movie.
Go watch it.
It's really, really, really
really
good. It's a
good.
masterpiece. To be honest with you, I thought it was a masterpiece. Like it's
It's
really
it's
good.
good.
Go watch it. Link in description to the podcast
Hmm.
or the archive or whatever. You can watch raw footage and podcasts over there, and go watch Payday 2 Bankrupt. What are you
Yeah.
doing? What are you doing? Go watch it.
Yeah. It already came
So,
out
most recent
when you're
video
watching this. It already
already
came out.
came out. Already came out on
What
Saturday.
are you
Why haven't you
doing?
seen it yet?
You need to go watch
Come
that.
on.
Noah spent
Come
so
on.
much time on that. We lost
I
our
spent 2
sanity
days on it.
to play Payday.
Yeah, go watch the
The
video. What are you
Xbox
waiting
One
for?
port. What are you doing? Go watch it.
The
Seriously.
Xbox port was garbage, and you need to see why.
Yeah. Go watch it.
It is imperative that you do it.